Hello everyone, I'm Joel Turensky with Christie Digital. I'm here to talk about our case studies that we have on our public safety and control rooms applications. What is Terra? Terra is an AV-over-IP SDVoE platform for Pro AV solutions. We use it a lot in the control room application because it does extension, matrix routing. We can do video walls. It's uncompressed video and extremely low latency. So it's incredible low latency. Why SDVoE? It really flattens designs for us. We don't have to have separate systems. We don't have to have a separate KVM. We don't have to have separate extension or video wall processors. We can really flatten that design, and we get it in a less footprint, lower impact on budget. So it's a great solution for controllers, which I'm going to talk about in our case studies here. We do extension. For Christie, we do a lot of transmitter to receiver, so it's point to point. And it's really 4K 60 444 and really low latent and uncompressed. It's perfect for us for extension modes. No compression. We love that. Video switching using Terra like a matrix router. It's a powerful capabilities. You add a Terra controller and your 10 gig switch. Now I can route transmitter to receiver. I can scale, I can go native. Great attribute and feature set of Terra. Video walls is also an incredible feature set. So when I stack receivers together in an array, I can now route video to each receiver, or I can snap video to the grid of the array. So it's a great way to do video wall image magnification for control rooms. Multi-viewer, we do multi-viewers on our receivers. I love using multi-viewers as confidence monitors in my design. It's a great way for like that supervisor to have access to what he's seeing for content coming in with a side little multi-viewer. Of course, USB routing, which is an incredible feature. The ability to use keyboard and mouse is what I typically design in. Extremely low latent. It feels like I'm right at the workstation, and it's just a spectacular way for users to use USB routing. So for Christie, we're really about the full solution with using Terra or SDVoE. We are, end-to-end quality performance is our goal for Christie, and we've got the Terra is our pioneer product, but we've got other products that uses SDVoE, and I'll get into that. Well, we have an SDVoE input card for our projectors. It's an incredible way to just insert your video or your fiber or your SFP right into the projector. You don't have to have a separate receiver. It doesn't require more of a footprint. You don't have to have separate power. It's video and communications directly into that projector. It's a really great feature set for us, is to add input card on projectors. We recently added SDVoE input cards on our Pandora media servers, and you see an image there of the card itself. So now we can ingest that fiber or that SFP into an input card. So it's a source that I can now run through our media servers and show up as content in Pandora box. So great for us to add that as well. Here's some case studies. This is a case study I did for an EOC here in the US. Really simple. 2x6 Christie panels. Each panel got a receiver. I had 4 separate rooms where they had the conference panel. It's basically conference rooms. Dedicated 8 audio zones, so I had receivers dedicated for that go in the DSP. And a supervisor workstation. So what they get when they do that design is they can route video to every one of their panels. change it up, recall layouts differently. Now they can snap that content if they want to. Now they're doing the 2x2, keeping aspect ratio, moving that around. These are just layout recalls in Terra for them on these video walls. Here's just, now we're filling the full video wall. It does snap to the aspect ratio, so you always got to be cognizant of that, but it's a great way to route video to these panels in that video wall. The second case study is a little bit different. This is over multiple floors, so I've got two video walls that are upstairs on floor 4 for an operations center, and then I'll show you the next slide. There's a down floor 1. So in this particular one, I can route video to every one of my to my video wall, and also to the second video wall. Uplink, there's my switch bandwidth. That's important here because I've got these switches trunked, and I want to know, I have to make sure I have enough bandwidth to share content both downstairs and upstairs through the network capabilities. So once we get that network patched, I can have KVM control here with the supervisor workstation. Here's another supervisor workstation that I have. 8 workstations sitting right in front of that video wall, and they can sit there and they have total control for routing layouts to that 2x8. Here's downstairs, okay? So downstairs, they have a 2x12 video wall. This is a little bit different here. So now I've got a receiver that is for the 2x2s, and they can route video like this. Supervisor workstation for that keyboard and mouse control. 7 workstations on the floor, and all that gets extended back into the matrix. They can route that anywhere on that video wall. Couple separate conference rooms right there. There's that bandwidth I called out again, so now I can share content. It's 160 gigs between downstairs and upstairs, so I can share content. It's a lot of content I can share both upstairs and downstairs. One feature that's very different for us in this particular application is that we added a Spyder. So when we added the Spyder, I've got Terra upstream and downstream of the Spyder. Spyder's going to get you dynamic windowing. They wanted to have a dashboard capability, any source, anywhere, at any time. And Spyder can control Terra matrix. We have a protocol for that. So I wanted to call that out. Once you add a Spyder with Terra, and here's a kind of a quick diagram of what that looks like. Transmitters, Terra controller, your network switch, your receivers go into the inputs of the Spyder. Now I can route Terra transmitters or sources to the Spyder. Use our protocol, Christie Terra. Inside of our Spyder software, we can total control that matrix router, and now we get the capabilities of doing this type of experience for the customers when they want to have that dynamic windowing dashboard video wall. Case study number 3. This is an LED wall with 2 Spyders. Terra. They can play content. They can move that content anywhere in that LED. 48 Terra receivers sit upstream of 2 Spyders. So that's 48 channels of video that they wanted to see on that video wall at one time. And they can do that with the Terra system up and downstream of the Spyder. 4 workstations on the floor. You can have a collaboration space off to the side too. And those are all like tabletop inserts that they can ingest video into the Terra matrix and route anywhere they want to on that video wall. So at Christie, it's really about our full ecosystem. We can, Terra transmitters, Terra receivers, our projector cards, incredible. We can do LED. Our Pandora box has the input cards. Our flat panels, you can stack on into array and do video walls. And our Spyder X80 for the protocol, so we can control the matrix routing when that's desired for the application. Again, control rooms, they want to be able to scale easily, right? They want to be able to add quickly, right? So you put down a transmitter or receiver and you plug it into the network and you're rolling. Uncompressed video, highly detailed sensitive data in control rooms, right? So they need to see uncompressed video with that sensitive data for video walls. High resolution, 4K 60, 444 per channel on our transmitters and receivers. Lowest latency possible, reduces delay in the video signal. I use that, and it's an extremely great case for video conferencing, video, keyboard, and mouse control. Flexibility of the system, again, it's extending, matrix routing. I can do video walls, control. I can go up and down multiple floors or campus-wide. Extremely flexible, great for designing. I'm talking mostly about control rooms here, but we use Terra and SDVoE in many other applications, fixed installs, arts and entertainment, corporate, rental and staging. Well, thank you for your time, and we're having a great InfoComm here, and we'll see you next time.